Time to meet the teenage yous. Let's have a look.
Right here, isn't it?
Oh, my God.
It's just,
look
yeah,
at that.
that's beautiful.
Wow.
We look great.
OK, listen.
We're listening, mate. You've got to say it for yourself.
Two of my friends, they were obsessed with straightening my hair, but I cannot emphasise the extent to which I genuinely thought I was going to look like Andre 3000. I looked like an Indian version of Orville the Duck, and everyone called me Orvinda for the rest of the week.
That is good. Oh, you do look like Orville. I've been trying to think.
Who zoomed in on it?
The zoom in is great.
Snoochie.
It does take away, though, from your mad eyebrows.
Yeah, eyebrows is generous, Angela. Eyebrow, let's be honest.
Snoochie, lovely setting, lovely glamorous setting.
Yeah,
you've gone for.
just me chilling
against the
in front of the
bins.
bins. You know, in the bins where the look should be, because it's very trash. I am 15 here. I do feel like I look like 42, but I'm 15 here. Decided that I was going to just go the extra mile, back home my whole hair, kind of frazzle it as well with the straighteners, and then put rat tail extensions at the bottom. So it's massive at the top, and it's just rat tail extensions hanging down. Now, you can't see because the fringe is actually covering my eyes because I didn't want to make eye contact at that phase that I was going through. But there's heavy eyeliner all over the place. Yeah, it's a bit like a panda.
Angela, let's have a look. The old classic, I'll pop that on my head.
Yeah, why not, eh?
Is that Oasis book?
I mean, that really dates it, doesn't it? It's obviously a student bedroom with a Pulp Fiction poster and an Oasis coaster.
Oh, Pulp Fiction, yeah. That's
Not my bedroom.
That's what's the story, isn't it? That?
But I've still got that dress, but now it's just a very tight top. But I do still have it.
I've got to now put one of them in the box as the most embarrassing. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had this kind of dilemma before. What do you think?
Listen, I can't believe I'm making the case for this, but Orvinda.
The only reason there's a delay is because I'm just looking for your picture. There's no deliberation. There's nothing else going on if you're going, oh, is he not sure? I'm just trying to find the right one. I want you to describe yourselves in one word. You as a teenager, Nish, in one word, what would you describe yourself?
One word to describe me as a teenager was contrarian. I mean contrarian in the sense that, in the literal sense of the word, like whenever somebody told me to do something, I would refuse to do it. If people told me to do something, I'd say, why? I was just instinctively quite an argumentative child.
Teachers?
I was the kid who was constantly getting A's and also constantly in detention.
Yeah.
A smart arse.
Yeah, smart. I'm basically trying to talk around the term smart arse.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know that we can use the correct word to describe me on Comedy Central because like the words comedy and central, it begins with a C.
Answer, one word. How would you describe your teens in one word?
In-betweener is what So I was the sort of... I never belonged to a clique, to a group. I just didn't really... But I got on with people. So it wasn't like I was a loner. I just sort of drifted around. Yeah, I sort of wanted to be part of every group. By spreading myself too thinly, actually no one wanted me in it.
You became part of none. So
yeah.
Rebellious?
Not at all rebellious. And also, my dad was super rebellious, so it was just pointless. My dad he ran a sex shop, he was a naturist, he was a swinger, So what was the point, really? Nothing I could do was going to shock him or faze him. So the only way I could rebel was just by being a really good girl, because that pissed him off. He used to say about school parents' evening, oh, it's so boring, they just blow smoke up your arse. There was one time, I was about 14. Now, my dad was type 1 diabetic, but in those days, he still used hypodermic needles, like old-fashioned needles. So my dad went to my form tutor and he just said, I can't understand how she's doing so well at school because everything at home is so different. Took out a needle and a bit of tinfoil and told her he'd found them in my bag. Yeah.
Wow.
And, of course, she was just really shocked. And he was like, I don't understand how she's holding it together. Anyway, he came home.
I don't know how she's holding it together.
The junkie that she is. My dad came home, told me what he'd done, absolutely pissing himself laughing. And I had to go to my head of year and my form tutor to a meeting the next day and tell them that was my dad's idea of a joke.
Oh, my
Just go,
God.
You had to go into school to explain your dad's behaviour.
Yeah, exactly.